What's up guys, Skittlerampage here. So let's talk about New York Comic Con exclusives Goku Ultra Instinct, as well as Luffy With Going Merry, and even Muichiro from ECCC. Are they going to restock or are they not? You guys have been asking, so let's check it out. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you're having a great day. Today we're going to be discussing some of the New York Comic Con exclusives, the popular ones like Luffy as well as Goku, as well as Muichiro, because you guys have been asking me if these are going to restock, if they're not going to restock, and what's going on with their stock. As well as I do have a couple other news updates that I wanted to mention. Of course though, before we jump into everything, we do have our question of the day, and that is, what is your Halloween costume this year? I'm probably going to ask this question again closer to Halloween, but I was kind of curious today. So what will you be for Halloween this year? Now jumping into things, yesterday we did get new Overwatch Funko Pop announcements here. We do have Echo, Cassidy, and the Reaper there, as well as a 10-inch glow-in-the-dark exclusive of Echo. That actually does look really cool. Now the 10-inch exclusive is releasing over on February 25th of next year, and the commons will be releasing January 2023, currently available for pre-order right now if you want to pick them up. Personally, I really haven't played a lot of Overwatch. I remember playing the game for maybe like 30 minutes during like a free beta or a free download or something like that. I didn't really like it, and it kind of made me mad in those 30 minutes, so I just never played it again. I'm more of a Call of Duty person, I guess. I don't know. I might try it again in the future. I am curious, do I have any Overwatch collectors here on the channel, and do you guys actually play the game? We did have a brand new Funko Shop exclusive, but it was released over on eBay, and that is Magic Johnson here. Kind of interesting, so I guess this is what their collab slash secondary market thing was, where they're releasing exclusives actively over on eBay first sometimes, and then eventually they do hit the Funko shop. So if you guys do want this one, make sure to head over to eBay's Funko page and you can pick it up there, or you can just wait till it hits the Funko shop. And speaking of Funko shop exclusives, we did have the Huckleberry Hound exclusive release today with the Hanna-Barbera Around the World book. Now, this one did have a 5,000 piece count and a 1,000 piece count, and this one was a little interesting this morning because as to my experience personally on the website, it never even showed up on the physical website. You had to actually use the links that were going around on Twitter and Facebook and wherever else to physically see the link. It never loaded for me once over on the new release section or even on the Funko homepage. I don't know if I was just the unlucky one and maybe having website issues, but it never loaded for me. Once I actually clicked the Twitter links, then I could go directly to the page, but it was sold out, of course. The 1,000 piece, I believe, sold out in less than 30 seconds. It was kind of crazy. And over on a Twitter thread, the Funko Source page, they did actually share with me that this one actually had a limit of 2 per person. I felt like that was really weird, to be honest. Maybe Funko wasn't super confident with it selling out. I don't really know about that, but yeah, normally most Funko Shop exclusive releases are 1 per person, and this one was 2 per person at LE1000. So the first 500 people could buy basically 2 each and completely sell it out. But still, at a limit for 2 per person, even though it's only 2, that's really high for a 1,000 piece count. Now, if you don't care about the 1,000 piece one and just want the Huckleberry Hound Pop and the book, the 5,000 piece one is still currently available on the Funko Shop if you do want to pick it up. Over at Chow's Collectibles, they did get a brand new exclusive from Endgame. We do have Spider-Man here. This one's actually pretty cool. It is now a glow-in-the-dark version of the comic, essentially. I don't really love that they keep doing this, to be honest, just releasing exclusive versions of the commons like way later, and we definitely don't need any more in-game pops of the same characters at the very least. We could move on to some other characters. Anyways though, I do like the glow. I also don't like the glow at the same time because I feel like the Infinity Stone should have glowed, and maybe they should have like did a blue slash red kind of like combined glow to make it a little more brighter because it feels like a very dark red. I'm just hoping since it's the red glow, it's not exactly super hard to make it glow because the Kawaki situation and a couple other pops, as we know in the past, haven't been amazing. Now this one is slated for a February 2023 release, and if you want to pick it up, it is still available. Shared from Snoop Dogg, we do have a brand new 5,000 piece count of one of his pops, as well as the 15,000 piece counts, which should be dropping fairly soon here. So if you guys are interested in this, I believe he's probably going to post when they do go live, so make sure to go follow him on Twitter or Instagram, I guess, as well as Funko, of course, because they will post. Check out the latest T-bundle from Marvel. We do have Blacklight Thanos here again. We actually did have a regular release of over at Target of Blacklight Thanos, and then now we have another repaint version, kind of like a chase situation, obviously not an official chase, but very interesting. Now they're starting to do characters that were a common, and then now Blacklight, and then now they're making another version of the Blacklight. That's very weird. It feels like an unnecessary reuse of the mold. The first original Blacklight was fine. Definitely going to pass on this one. I don't collect a lot of the Marvel Blacklight anyways, but it just feels kind of like a cash grab 100% with this one. Didn't need to be made in my opinion. At least the shirt is cool though. Over at Pop in a Box, just in time for the spooky season, you can pick up the Halloween Stitch here. Though I might want to recommend that maybe if you want the chase or the regular exclusive and you don't care about the chase, you can pick this one up over on eBay, Mercari, or Facebook groups for a little cheaper for those who are going after the chase chance, just because they don't have the greatest shipping, to be honest. So it's a hit or miss with them because it's literally a pop in a box, just like the name. Now, check out the glow-on Stitch here. He does look really cool. I love that little vibrant green that's glowing with it. So definitely going to be a really cool chase version. And if you did order one, good luck on that chase. And if you do want to order one, again, it is still available on their website. Now, shared from a Twitter user, this is an update on the recent restock of Guillaume here. It does look like it was pushed back until March of next year. As you guys can see, March 20th there through March 31st. Kind of crazy. That is a huge delay. So honestly, with this one, you're better off on getting it on the aftermarket over on eBay, in my opinion, because this delay could be pushed farther back, and waiting another 6 months, that's kind of crazy. So those were all of our quick minor updates. If you guys have any other questions about those, drop a comment down below. Now let's discuss, are New York Comic Con and ECC exclusives going to restock? Now, the short answer is usually Comic-Con exclusives do not restock, and let me explain why. Usually for con exclusives, they make a set amount for the event, as well as the shared retailers like Hot Topic, GameStop, Box Lunch, etc. They all get in their stock, they sell it, and usually that's it. However, obviously in the last 2 years, that hasn't exactly been the case, it seems like, given so many stores are technically restocking almost these exclusives. But it's not necessarily a restock. And what I mean by that is that it is the remaining stock that is coming. It's not necessarily restocking. This is just late stock that didn't arrive with the first initial release on that exact release date. October 7th is when most of the New York Comic Con exclusives did release. However, you can see your Hot Topics, maybe your local ones or other Hot Topics on their Instagram, still posting even exclusives like last night over the Hot Topic Florida Mall here in Florida. They actually posted the fact that they got in a couple more exclusives. So it's just late stock, not necessarily restocks. And I do feel like a lot of people kind of confuse that and they think, oh my god, this big massive restock is coming. I don't want you guys to get your hopes up for that. Usually Comic-Con exclusives are a one and done type of deal. And I know a lot of people do have their hopes up for exclusives like Muichiro as well as Luffy, especially because those sold out super quickly and they were really hard to get. And of course, they're not exactly cheap on the aftermarket at $100 each. But unfortunately, that is just kind of the game of Comic-Con exclusives. Usually there are going to be the more popular ones that are going to sell out immediately, and they're not exactly going to be always easy to get. Here's a great example of this Hot Topic store getting in late stock here. So Hot Topic Montebello here over on their Instagram on October 7th on the release date, they posted the fact that they did get Luffy, and it sold out. Then on October 8th, the next day, they said Goku has landed, so that means their stock for Goku got here the next day, then it sold out. However, as you can see on October 11th, Goku did actually restock, quote unquote, with 9 more exclusives, and then they also got the twins as well as Joker there. So as you can see, it took roughly 4 days for them to get out all of their New York Comic Con stock because, again, it was just late stock that was slowly arriving and didn't arrive all at once. And the same issues, if not worse, were happening at New York Comic Con at the actual event because over on Thursday, the first day, they only had 20 Luffy With Going Merrys, and then it took like an hour or two for them to actually receive the rest of the stock and the allotment for that day, and those were all con stickers while the first 20 were shared stickers. And if you really think about it, over at New York Comic Con this year, they were selling a lot of shared sticker versus official con stickers at the con. So I'm kind of wondering, did stores get low stock or did the websites get low stock because Funko was selling so many shared exclusives at the event? So again, the short answer is no. Typically Comic-Con exclusives don't restock, no more stock is coming. It is just the remaining stock coming from Funko, just a little bit slower because we've had shipping delays a lot in the last 2 years. Now don't get it confused though, while I'm saying there are no restocks technically on con exclusives, Funko's their own company. They can do whatever they want. If they want to restock a con exclusive, they're going to do it regardless. I don't really think it's going to happen on a mass scale like everybody thinks, but if they really truly wanted to restock the exclusives, they could. But again, I think they're just trying to keep at least one event some kind of limited exclusivity. So basically, a restock is always possible, but with con exclusives, it's very, very slim odds. Now, the Muichiro Demon Slayer exclusive from Funko this year is a little bit of an interesting situation, because over at the Funkon event this year, year, it was a free event, and as long as you got a wristband, you could go in and purchase the items. And usually Funko doesn't do free events like this, but I think this was their second or third one in the last 2 years. Now again, with it being a free event, there was only so many people they could actually let into this event, and eventually they did actually cut off the wristbands, so there was actually a surplus of stock of Muichiro and a few other exclusives that was still left over, and they weren't allowing new people to come in to buy it. So basically they just held on to that stock, and then eventually they did actually release it in store later on, and that's why we did see a restock of the 5-year anniversary sticker. So as far as I know, it never officially sold out at the event. It sold out later afterwards at the Funko HQ store. Now another interesting thing about this release, as well as that entire event, is they did actually release a bunch of stock at Funko Hollywood, and they didn't tell anybody this was happening. They just released it, and then people showed up, they sold out Muichiro for that day, and then obviously they definitely had more stock. I'm not exactly sure why this stock wasn't thrown up on the website, because again, you gave nobody any warning, so once it sold out on the website, you had like maybe hundreds of them left at Funko Hollywood that definitely could have went up on the site for everyone to try to get. And I do believe the other day I saw someone on Instagram post the fact that they did actually find Muichiro in store at Funko Hollywood again. So, it's not necessarily a restock, I think it's just the remaining stock that they're finally getting in random shipments, because I know one of the Funko employees was also saying that they opened boxes and they didn't even know what was in the shipment, but there were Muichiros in there. So again, Funko doesn't even really know what's in their shipments half the time, I feel like, so that's very interesting. I don't know how they're not keeping track of their stock, but again, as you can see, it kind of gets some confusion because they don't know where certain stock is, so it ends up being and looking like a restock, basically. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully that cleared up the confusion on Comic-Con restocks. Again, I'm never going to say like it's never going to happen, because anything is possible with Funko these days because they do restock vaulted exclusives all the time, so I wouldn't put it past them to restock Comic-Con exclusives that are supposed to be limited to the event. So again, I'm not going to say never, but again, it is very, very slim odds that Comic-Con exclusives do restock. Anyways though, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to leave a like down below if you did enjoy it. Now, I do want to say a big shout out to all the Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate your love and support. If you guys want to check out the Patreon, the link is down below. We have a Patreon-only Discord where we share a lot of information, news, restocks, updates, links, and more. We also have a Facebook group with over 15,000 members that's buy, sell, and trade. And make sure to be following me on all my social medias at Skittlerampage over on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and my Facebook page to stay up to date. Alright, love you guys. See you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.